How's it going, guys? Today we're going to be going over ranking the wonder weapons in Cold War from worst to best. So we have 5 wonder weapons to go over here. I don't really need to explain a lot because they're all in the round-based maps. So let's just jump into it. So coming down into the number 5 spot, this is the Ray K84. Now when you hear the rumors of a fully automatic ray gun, you just get super duper excited. Unfortunately, it just ends up being poo-poo. Like, it's just a lasered AK-47. It's not that it's a terrible wonder weapon, so every other wonder weapon is just really, really good. It's just so much better. So, the Ray K84, my biggest problem with it is that it bugs out a lot. So, how it works is that there's 2 fire modes. You have this, like, kind of grenade launcher mode, which sends out this slowdown effect. But, just like the Ray Gun Mark III, you can switch back to your primary fire mode, and then if you shoot the orb enough, it creates this big explosion. It's actually pretty good when it works. That's the problem. Like, I feel like Mr. T-Lexify at the moment, where it's like, I've gone to round 70, round 80, round 90, and I've died trying to get to round 100, and the only reason I die is because the Ray K glitches out. So basically, it'll be in your alternate fire mode and you'll shoot the grenade, but then you can't switch back to your primary fire mode. So you go to your backup weapon, but you press the switch weapons button and it doesn't work. You're stuck there and you can't get out. You are screwed. You can't use your grenades. You can't do anything, and it glitches out your game, and it's really, really fucking annoying. Like, holy shit, dude. Like, this fucking weapon has just screwed me over so many times. And the fact that it can glitch out like that is just kind of unacceptable, especially if you're trying to sell the high round aspect of the game. So, Ray K84, number 5 spot. Coming out in number 4 spot, this is the Die. So, the Die in general, the DIE, is a pretty good wonder weapon, and it can be made into 4 different variants. I feel like it's not very fair to classify each wonder weapon in its own, aspect, because similar to the Cerberus, you can switch between wonder weapons at a whim, It's on its own, the base version, I think that's actually one of the better versions of the thing, but I think, in my personal opinion, if I was to make a best die, it would be the Shockwave. I think I would put it at the Fire version, then the Ice version, then the Nova 5 version, and then the Electric version. They're all pretty consistent, and it's a pretty good wonder weapon. It's an awesome, very satisfying wonder weapon to use. It's like, it really reminds a lot of people of the Thunder Gun. So yeah, the DIE comes in at number 4. Coming out into the number 3 spot, this is the Ray Gun. Now the Ray Gun, this was the king. I can't believe how strong of a comeback the Ray Gun has made. When it's in Black Ops 2, it was still pretty good, but it's kind of phasing out. Black Ops 3, really, really bad, especially because of double pack punch abilities were coming in. And then Black Ops 4 is like useless. I know it's good with headshots. I know it's good with headshots, but that's not really the point. And then you get Cold War. Finally, the king, the Ray Gun, the king comes back, And after several nerfs, it's still the best wonder weapon on D Machina. It's still the best wonder weapon on Firebase, and it's a really good wonder weapon on Forsaken, Outbreak, and Malware, It's never, you never complain when you get the Ray Gun in Cold War Zombies. So I really enjoy the Ray Gun, and especially with PhD coming out, it really feels like its final form. It's just so satisfying to use, So satisfying. So Ray Gun comes in at number 3. Coming down into the number 2 spot, the Ray Gun was the king all the way up until Marauder Totem. And that's because the Cerberus came out. So the Cerberus is at our number 2 spot, obviously. So the Cerberus is a really good laser pistol, kind of like how the Mark II is. This would be how the Mark II would be in Cold War. So the Cerberus, like the Die, can turn into multiple modes, and I think they're all pretty good. But if I was to rank them, it would be the the 5 burst, like the thing that splits into 5 projectiles spraying outwards. I forgot the name of it. It's the green one. I feel like that definitely is the weakest one. I feel like if you ADS'd, and kind of how Chewbacca's abilities in Battlefront 2, if you ever played that game, like his crossbolt is really wide when you're not ADS, but when you do ADS, all his reticles kind of group together. I wish that's how that weapon worked. And then I would put it at the laser version. The laser version is pretty good, but it does fall off pretty quickly and it does use a lot of ammo pretty quickly. And then we have the Swarm version. The Swarm version is really good because you can lock on to targets, and then it really, if you hit your shots right, it can just eviscerate the boss enemies, which I do come a lot in Mauer, especially in the later rounds. So it's really useful to have. You know, and then you also have the base version. The base version is really good. Like, there's nothing wrong with the base version of the Cerberus. So the Cerberus comes in at our number 2 spot, only beaten out by Forsaken's number 1 spot, the Chrysalax. Now the Chrysalax, it's just such a fun weapon to use. You know, so Cerberus is really fun, the ray gun's really fun, all the wonder weapons are pretty fun to use, but the Chrysalax is just far and above and beyond the most fun you can have. You get the Chrysalax, and it comes with a lot of abilities. So you have the melee version, and then you can switch it to this gun version, like it turns into this SMG, and that's pretty good. So, and then you also have, when you use the melee version, if you use your ADS button, it sends out this like kind of God of War, like Leviathan axe kind of throw, and it leaves or like a Hell's Retriever kind of thing. Like it leaves the axe out in the field, like away from you, and it can kill zombies and whatnot and do damage. It's really, really good. So the Chrysalax is just a lot of fun. Plus, it regains health and armor on top of that. I think it's just such a good wonder weapon. Really have a lot. It's the only really saving grace of Forsaken, and that's pretty much it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time.